Hi and welcome back, Jean here. So today we're going to be making some extremely questionable brownies. So a few years ago I had seen this recipe for 37 calorie brownies, and like anyone else I was quite skeptical. And upon inserting all the ingredients into a calorie counting app, I realised that they were in fact not 37 calories. Because if something is too good to be true, it probably is. So they ended up being 65 calories a brownie, which is not bad, but we were lied to. And after I saw that, I just forgot about the recipe. Until today, I figured why not test them out anyway and see if they're actually any good. So I've preheated the oven to 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and now we're just going to weigh up the ingredient. And for some strange reason, all the recipes online like to use cups. I just sit there and convert everything into grams. So please use grams, people. It just makes everything so much easier, and it's a lot more accurate too. Alright, so all you have to do is put all the ingredients into the blender and then put in a line tray and bake for 15 minutes, which seems pretty straightforward. So I've just weighed out the oats here. I'm going to blend these up first so that I don't clump up with the rest of the ingredients. So 40 grams here, and also I'll put the whole recipe with gram measurements in the description box. You're welcome. But if they don't turn out nicely, I wouldn't go and make them. Then you need cocoa powder. I'm using Cadbury. I normally use Hershey's, but it ran out. But this one smells really good. The next dry ingredient is sugar substitute. I do have scales under the blender, by the way. You just can't see them. And the last dry ingredient is 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And just level that out, so it won't be too much. That's actually a lot. Oh well, whatever happens, happens. It's a low calorie anyway. That's it for the dry ingredients. I'm just going to blend them up by themselves so they mix properly. I can just do this. Less noise too. That smells really cocoa-y. Okay, so time for the wet ingredients. We need 180 grams of Greek yogurt. I love Greek yogurt by itself. That's so good. And then 60 ml of almond milk. Is this still good? I don't know. Oh well. If I die, you'll know what from. And then lastly, we need 1 egg. And then shells in there. And now we just mix all this up. You can't see, can you? And we'll just move it over. There we go. Now my poor eardrums. It's not mixed together properly at all. Here's a tip: if you're going to mix something in a tall glass, use a longer spoon. You don't end up like this. Okay, that seems like it's mixed a lot better. Some batter I just fallen on the table and I tasted that. And it doesn't taste bad actually. But let's see how it'll be after it's baked. Looks extremely chocolatey. Are you ready for the money shot? That's alright. I don't want to eat too much of the uncooked batter because of the raw egg. But man, if I was a kid, this would be G-O-N-E gone. Alright, so this is what it looks like now. I wonder if they're going to rise or not. There is baking powder, so they should. So this is going to go into the oven, and then we'll see it in about 15 to 25 minutes. And now it's time for the fun stuff, aka the cleanup. But it's a good thing that the whole thing was done in the blender, so we just have to wash one thing. And the only other thing we have to do is put stuff away, but that's easy. It's been exactly 15 minutes, so let's pull them out and see. I think they're actually ready. They smell really fudgy. We're just going to let them cool down for a bit and then take them out. Doesn't look too bad, does it? And it even cracks like brownies normally do. I saw some comments online that said that it takes more than 15 minutes, like 25 to 30, but mine cooked in 15, surprisingly. So let's see what happens when they cool down. 1 hour and some lip gloss later, we are back and the brownies have cooled down. They actually smell really good. But you can just see there's a bubble here. I don't know what's going on there, but let's take it out of the pan. And you can see here that when you unwrap it, it actually did not rise much at all. I think it did a little bit on this side, but maybe the batter was uneven. That smells really chocolatey. So if you cut them into 9 pieces like the recipe says, they come out to 63 calories. But there are actually 37 calories like they said if you cut them into 16 pieces. So I've got a ruler here to measure and cut them out into even pieces. And a not so straight knife. I don't know how that happened, but it has been like that for years and years. But anyway. That was satisfying to cut. That is quite fudgy and dense too. It's not falling apart or anything. So each one of these is 63 calories. But now let's taste it and see it. It's alright. I'm not gonna lie, it's not the best brownie in the world, but it's not the worst either. I think the texture's pretty spot on. But it's slightly on the not very sweet side, so I think you could do with more sugar. But other than that, that's pretty good actually. I think you need more sugar, some vanilla extract, and a little bit of salt. You can't complain with that amount of calories. I saw some people's online, they didn't turn out like this. They turned out like really smushy, or I don't know what they did wrong, but for me they turned out pretty good. So maybe I would make these again, but just add more sugar. And I think you could use with a little bit of frost. The calories would go up by a little bit, but I think it'll be worth it. I should stop eating this now and save it for desserts. With ice cream, that'll be really good. But yeah, if you want to make this, I'll put the recipe in the description box with the gram measurements. Yeah, that's the end of this video, and I shall see you tomorrow where we will probably make some cookies or something else like that. I just need to go through some recipes and pick out the one that I want to try out. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next video. And until then, bye for now. 4 days later, and they've still retained their dense fudginess. Yes, look at that. This is the last one left, by the way. I've eaten the rest of them.